Hi, I'm Jill.
Hey, I'm Emily.
Welcome to our next podcast episode of Who Let the Dogs Out?
Ooh. All right, so today's episode is going to be me interviewing Jill about her experience with getting sober, staying sober, sobriety, and just a little background into her since I talked a lot last week.
It's okay. It was your interview. You're supposed to talk.
All right, so Jill, how long have you been sober?
9 years.
9 years.
2017.
What was your ultimate decision to get sober? Also, I would like to preface, Jill and I were not friends yet. Like, we knew each other. We got fucked up together previously.
I don't remember that day either.
Neither do I.
I wish I could
just have
put
the
a picture in
like
there.
we have a picture at a hotel party together,
Mhm.
and I'm like, oh my gosh, okay, we did used to hang out. And like, we knew who each other were, but we weren't like close. So we weren't really like friends when she got sober.
No.
Just tell us a little bit about it.
So the reason I really got sober was because I was locked up in an institution. I went on a bender and I think I just got tired in addiction. Like, I was exhausted, and I went home and I looked at myself in the mirror and I was like, who is this? Like, I don't like this person. So I made a risky decision to try to myself, and I ingested a bunch of pills that I don't even know what they are. And I went downstairs, and I remember saying to myself, my niece is going to come downstairs and she's going to find me, and this is going to fuck her up. So I can't. So I called 911 on myself. But they came, they picked me up, they Narcaned me because I couldn't communicate with them what I had taken. And I ended up in a loony bin for like 3 weeks. And
what was it like getting Narcan?
Dude, I can't explain it. I tell everybody, you wake up ready to fucking fight. Like, I was so nasty to these cops and EMTs. I mean, I was like, I need to bake them cookies and deliver them to their house and say sorry to their wives and walk their dogs. Like, I was so mean, but I couldn't sign myself out. And I asked my mom once. I was in the emergency room. I called my dad and my mom, and they came. And I was like, I need to leave. Like, I don't want to be here. I was throwing the bedpan. I was just a mess. I was a mess. Detoxing sucks. And I was blueprinted because of the fact that I was not just suicidal and actually attempted, but because I was homicidal, because I threatened their lives while they Narcaned me. So you can't leave. Like, I had to stay no matter what.
They're like, actually, it's not an option.
Yeah, it's not an option. I was like, Mom, please take me home. And she's like, I literally can't. Like you're here.
You're basically in jail.
And it's not what everybody thinks it is. And everyone's like, oh my God, we joke about it, like Grippy Sock Vacation. And it's not like what the movies show. Honestly, it's just like a hospital setting. You get to wear slippers and pajamas, and everybody there are addicts, or they have some type of mental health. I will tell you, there was a couple people I was like, I'm kind of nervous, and you can tell they were like above my grade of mental illness.
Yeah, like
they were like schizophrenic, personality disorder, like very, very sick. And I felt for them. And like, I just knew maybe take 10 steps back.
Yeah.
But I mean, I met people in there that were like my age. They were addicts. And we did like, group meetings, and I had a social worker, and I got medication, which is when I got diagnosed with bipolar disorder, which I should have been diagnosed when I was a teenager, but I wasn't.
So, one, I want to go back to how you said you felt like you needed to bake them cookies and walk their dogs. I felt exactly the same. Like, the next day after I left the hospital, I was like,
it's like
I hope I never have to go there ever again. I hope I never see these people ever again. I should have sent them a fruit basket, but I didn't. But like, that overwhelming, like that was your moment. And then it's like,
Mm-hmm.
I feel like a lot of people probably have that moment where like they've danced on the line of doing like saying and doing horrible things, but it never got to a point that really woke you up. So that was your moment of like, oh my
And
god.
I remember one guy was older and he was probably more aggressive because he's probably been doing it a long time. And then there was like a younger guy. And I remember the younger guy, I kept telling him my feet were cold. So I don't know if it was something from the Narcan or
Mhm. You were
the
just super fucked up.
medication literally shut my whole body down. I couldn't pee on my own. I have nerve damage from it. Like, I think that my feet were just freezing. It was like, my feet are cold. And he's like, okay. And he's like rubbing my feet. I'm like, dude, I just told you to go fuck yourself 2 hours ago.
And here you are rubbing my feet. Thank you.
And I like looked out the window and I'm like, where am I going? And they're like, to the hospital. And I'm like, oh,
Which one?
oh, okay.
Yeah.
I went to New Britain General and I will tell you, chef's kiss. The nurses were awesome. The doctors were awesome.
Overall, good care.
Overall, it was very good care. And while I was in there, I was probably there for a couple weeks. Social worker said to me, like, where you're going to be ready to leave. Like, what are you going to do?
Oh,
And I was like,
that's my next question.
yeah,
After
I was like, I'm just going to go home. And he's like, well, do you feel like you're going to use and, booze it up again? And I was like, most likely. And he looked at me and said, so you're just giving yourself a death sentence. You came in here and did all of this work and you're going to go give yourself a death sentence.
Yeah. It's
And
not a matter
that
of
was
if,
like
it's a matter of when.
Yeah. It was like all these people want to help me. And I felt great. Like, after you detox, you're like, wow, I feel so great. And I feel alive.
Mm-hmm.
And
until reality sets in.
Yeah, I called my mom and I was like, Ma, I'm going to go to rehab. And so she sent me to rehab.
How was your rehab experience? How long did you excuse me.
45 days.
How long? Okay, so 45 days.
Mm-hmm.
Are you comfortable with sharing where you went?
Yeah, I went to High Watch in Kent, Connecticut. It is so beautiful. Thank you, Blue Cross Blue Shield, aka Eileen's health insurance. Otherwise, I would have never went there. She would have sent me to a state facility. Mm-hmm. It's beautiful. It's amazing. It's very historical. Like, there's like a chapel and a barn. Like, everything is like what it was back in, I don't know, the 50s when it opened up.
So that's a question that I have for you. With your experience of like seeing state-run care and private care, mm-hmm. do you think that people have a better chance of getting sober and staying sober when they attend a private rehab versus a state facility?
Yes. State facilities, I feel like, are a lot of people go because they have to. Mm-hmm. But the problem is a lot of rehabs will not take state insurance. And sadly, in the world we're in, how are people supposed to afford health care?
Right.
And then go to a nice rehab?
So it's like the state facilities are really just offering the bare minimum, getting people clean for a little bit and then sending them back out into society with no real
expectation. Like, plan. Yeah, there's no plan for them. And it's funny because probably overall the cost, like through insurance, it probably is like $45,000 through your insurance. My mom had to pay $2,000 up front. She did not know that. So she rolls up with me. Okay, first off, she picks me up and
in the minivan,
could not wait to get a cigarette in. Hadn't smoked. I was like, give me some of the cigarette.
What was the cig that you smoked?
Oh, Pall Mall. Pall Mall menthol, baby. And you couldn't have anything with alcohol substance. So like your hair care couldn't have alcohol in, like nothing. Mm-hmm. Couldn't have perfume. Damn. We were rubbing Avon catalogs on our wrists to just actually smell like perfume. So she took me to a CVS. I was like, I gotta go to the bathroom. She's like, okay. And she's following me. And I'm like, I have to go to the bathroom.
Why are you following me?
She goes, they told me that I can't let you literally out of my sight because you'll run. And I said, where the fuck am I running to? I don't have a car. I don't have a wallet. I have nothing. Where am I going? Like, what?
I just gotta take a piss. Well,
I just had to pee. And when I got there, they were like, you need $2,000. And she's like, what? And they're like, yeah.
Right now.
Right now. No, literally, like right now. And my mom's like, so if I don't give you the 2,000, what will happen? And they were like, she has to leave. And she goes, fuck no. Because if she leaves, she's never coming back. Like, this is my chance to get her here.
Yeah.
Because the minute she gets in the car, her mind's going to change. So the guy was like, all right, how about you just put a card on file?
We won't charge you right now.
We won't charge you right now, but come up with the money. So my mom ended up bringing the money the next day.
The goat.
I think she called my dad and was like, hey, I need $2,000. Pretty sure that's what happened.
Oh my goodness. So overall, you liked your experience at High Watch?
I loved it.
Yeah.
It's a boys and girls, but you're separated. You cannot fraternize with boys. We did. It's very strict on things. Very, very strict. The only thing you could do is like smoke cigarettes. All we did was like chain smoke cigarettes
all day long
and drink coffee.
I mean, that's our life.
That is Rehab 101. It's cool. And then we were able to go to like outside meetings to kind of like teach us how an AA meeting would go in the outside world and like get us comfortable. So we all got to pack into like a van. And you have to think, you're there for 45 days. We cannot listen to music. We cannot watch TV. Like, we had no TVs, no music. So you get in the van and you plug in whoever's phone, like the worker, and you're just putting songs on. And you're just bebopping in this van, dropping you off at an AA meeting.
Wow.
Yeah, that was cool.
What are your thoughts on, I know that we talked about this in, like, when you interviewed me, what are your thoughts on AA? You attended them, obviously, during rehab, but what are your thoughts on?
It's a cult.
At the time, okay, so at the time, it was, part of the process, but now, do you feel like people need to attend meetings for them to be successful in sobriety?
No. And I think when you're in, like when I was in rehab, they put it in your head. You have to do the 12 steps. You have to do your book work. You have to have a sponsor. And like, I did my book work while I was there. Like, I did my amends. I did all that stuff. But I don't think I've gotten past like the 6th step. And I think they drilled it in your head, like, oh, meetings, like you have to go. So I did do the 90-90 and I got some pretty cool NA tags and I just like dangled them around like, look at me, I'm 30 days clean. And then after that, I was like, nah, I don't really need this shit. And I was busy. Like, I was working. Yeah. Like, I didn't have time to go hit up a meeting.
Right. I feel like everybody handles sobriety differently, whether it's from alcohol or drugs or both. There's no like one way to be successful in it. I think that if it works for some people, then it works for some people. But I don't think that it's fair for people to say that, oh, if you're not doing this, then you're not, in recovery the right way.
Yes, there is no, like, nowadays there is no right way. Like, everyone will say, like, I have to go to rehab to get clean. You don't have to. But me as a person, I knew that was the only way. Like, I tried it on my own multiple times. I went to an AA meeting probably when I was like 20 and I was like, fuck, I'm never going back again. But like, there was numerous times I was like, okay, I need to stop. And then I would just continue. So I needed something to be like structuralized. I also need people. So it was nice because I had like a bunch of girls there.
Yeah.
And they were cool. Some of them.
So what was it like navigating early sobriety? You've gone to rehab, you've detoxed, you've done 90 days of like structure, and what was it like? What did it feel like going back into quote unquote regular life?
Scary as fuck. Yeah.
It
was very scary. And my mom told me, if you relapse, I am not paying for this again. You can figure it the fuck out. So I think that scared me, is like, okay, I really have to do this. But again, people are going to think I'm crazy. Probably the first 2 months, like 2 months of getting sober, I walked into a bar, the bar that I used to go hang out with, do drugs in. And I walked in and people are like, what the fuck are you doing here? And I was like fighting my demons. Like, I
Mhm.
felt that I had to go into these places and be around these people to see if I can really do it.
Yeah.
And I was fine. Like I was chilling.
Yeah.
Like I went out to a bar with you and
Yeah.
you were drinking and I wasn't. Like
Yeah.
I think I had a hard time with not having that social life anymore.
Yeah.
And like being alone. Like you feel a little alone. You feel a little isolated.
Mm-hmm. Especially because like you got sober at 21. I didn't get sober in
21.
20 until 28. So like 21,
You're fresh out.
you're like, yeah, like you
Mm-hmm.
almost, I'm glad you got sober when you got sober. I wish I got sober sooner. I can't change that, obviously. But it was definitely like very eye-opening to be watching her like newly sober, because where did you work when you first got out of
So
treatment?
I worked at the bowling alley. I worked at a bowling alley in town for like 5 years. And they actually called my mom and was like, she never showed up to work. So she had to give them like the 111, whatever. And I walked in and I went to my boss and I was like, dude, I need my job back. Legally, they're supposed to. Like,
Mhm.
if you are in treatment, your job is legally supposed to give you your job back. But I explained to him the situation. He's like, I know. Like, I knew you were bad. Like, I knew you were going down the wrong road. I'll give you a second chance. And I was fine. Like, went to work, did what I had to do. I was like the call out queen because I would go out till 4 a.m. and be like, fuck, I don't want to go to work.
No.
Like, they should have fired me 3 years ago. But
So you worked there for a little bit. How
Mhm.
long did you work there until you got into group homes? Because then that's kind
I
of,
want to say less than a year, maybe a year.
because I don't even think you were a
It
year.
wasn't that
were
long.
you might have been a year sober
Mm-hmm.
when you
I was
started working
fresh.
at the group home.
Mm-hmm.
And I looked at her and I was like, what does that mean? Like you're not gonna have a drink at your wedding one day? And she's like, no. Like not even wine Wednesday nights? No.
You're like, not even just like one. And I remember
such a
looking at you and be
foreign
like, do you know
concept.
one turns to 25
Yeah.
and a bag of cocaine and some hookers?
Yeah.
I was a strip club queen. I
Connoisseur.
love the strip club. Sorry, mom, but I love strippers so much. They're so fun. Dude, they are. I'd be like all of my friends like, yo, you want to go to the strip club? I love them.
All the guys are like,
They're like, this
go to the strip
fucking
club with
bitch.
Jill. She's a good wing woman.
Yeah, no.
Oh, that's too funny. So I want to say that we definitely started working at the group home. You were just over a year sober.
Mhm.
And how was that going into such a intense career? Because you still are in it, but you just not group homes.
I think it made it easier because I had no time to. It's once I'm bored that I fuck up.
Yeah.
Because like once I'm bored, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna go do this.
So would you
I
say
didn't
that
have time. It was very helpful. I think.
addiction, you take on, when you're dropping one thing, you take on another. So we were already smokers. So that's not a new habit. That's just a continued habit.
Mm-hmm.
Get sober, fully engulf yourself into work and work yourself into oblivion.
Mm-hmm.
Would you consider yourself being one
I'm
of
a
those people?
workaholic.
Mm-hmm.
I also never drank coffee till I got clean.
Really?
Never hated coffee.
Coffee queens.
You have no choice but to drink coffee. So I got addicted to Cumbies coffee.
And Red Bulls. I feel like,
Bulls.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
like 3 a day. God bless our hearts.
Well, I think I was trying to get anything I could to get a little fucking stimulant buzz.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Red Bull gives you wings.
They sure did. Yeah. So I worked like 3 jobs at one point.
Yeah. So I definitely think that that's a common thing that I see with people once they
have to substitute it.
Yeah. Substitute the substance abuse with,
But you have to find it to be something healthy. Like that's the problem. Is like some people will get like unhealthy habits.
Mm-hmm. At what point did you decide that you wanted to step away from like having 3 jobs? Like let's fast forward a couple years.
I was pregnant.
Yeah. How was
that?
But
I was still doing 2 jobs while pregnant. How was being pregnant?
How was being pregnant and navigating sobriety? Like, did pregnancy bring on any like hard times?
So actually, while I was pregnant, I craved alcohol.
No,
Mm-hmm.
really.
Yeah.
Like,
Like I wanted like a margarita so bad.
you're like, I don't even drink
I
margaritas. I
don't
used to
even
drink
drink
Bush
margarita.
lattes.
Yeah. Don't even drink alcohol. Haven't at that point 8 years. And I wanted a margarita so fucking bad.
That's
Mhm.
crazy.
Yeah.
How did that, like, did you talk to Josh about that? Or was that just kind of like, you're like, damn, why do I want a margarita right now?
I don't think I ever. I don't know if I told Josh that or not. Um, but I think being pregnant, like in my sobriety, it was like easy. It was fine. Just pregnancy sucked.
Yeah.
Pregnancy sucks.
Was there any like hard moments mental health wise going through pregnancy where, other than the fact that you had a craving for margaritas, like postpartum too, was there any struggles there that like
Yeah.
made you
Mm-hmm.
circle back to, okay, I did this 8 years ago, 9 years ago, I'm not going to let what I'm going through right now throw me off the wagon? How was that, navigating that?
I think the hardest part is because I have so I have bipolar disorder 1, anxiety, depression, and ADHD. I couldn't take my ADHD med and I couldn't take my anxiety med, but I could take the bipolar medication and the antidepressant.
Mm-hmm.
So coming off of those really was hard for me. And then my dad got sick with cancer. So probably right before Jack was born, he had passed. So I went into really bad, they call it prenatal depression. So I had depression before the baby was even born.
Mm-hmm.
So they upped my Zoloft, and that helped a little bit. And then once I had Jack, I remember thinking, oh my fucking God, I have this thing forever. Like for 18 years, I'm responsible
Plus more.
for this, plus more. I'm 30 and I still call my mom and she's responsible for me. But you know what I'm saying? Like it freaked me out. It really, really freaked me out. It didn't feel real. But I had birth trauma really bad. So
was that weird, going to the hospital and like getting medications that
yeah,
mess you up?
yeah.
Like, how was that? How was navigating that in recovery consciously? Like, hey, I'm not doing drugs to get messed up right now, but I did some drugs that were handed to me by the doctors and I'm a little fucked up right now.
So
How
it's
did
funny
that feel?
because Josh had said to me, I feel like it was Josh, he said, well, are you going to get the epidural because it has fentanyl in it? And I said, the fuck I am. Yeah, but it has fentanyl in it. And I'm like, I understand that, but I'm getting the epidural. Like, I don't look at it as in like, I can't have it because it has fentanyl. Like, you're getting an epidural for the reason.
Right.
So obviously I got an epidural, but I had preeclampsia. So they put you on a magnesium drip so you don't have seizures.
Dude,
I literally was like 14 Xanax bars deep.
Is what it felt like.
I was fucked up. And I
know.
remember saying to Josh, like, I've been sober 8 years. This is fucking crazy. And mind you, I was a pillhead at one point. I loved a good Xanny bar. So it was like, that I think bothered me.
Mm-hmm.
Like you were like, I think my body was so sober and virgin that like it hit me 100 times worse. But like, yeah, I was fucked up.
It was definitely interesting to like FaceTime with you.
Like,
and I'm like, oh my gosh, like you are zooted.
Magnesium drips fucking suck. And for any woman who's had to have it, I feel for you. Like I've never experienced something like that ever in my life. And I hope to never do it again.
So I just had a brain fart.
It's okay.
Oh my gosh, we have ADHD so bad.
I just took Focalin.
So. There was something there. There was another. This is where we're gonna. This is a part where we're gonna have to have Josh cut.
It's okay.
Hospital.
Postpartum. I had postpartum depression really bad. And I don't think I realized I had it until one day I called my mom and I said, I'm leaving without the baby, because I was just done. I was so tired. And I had it's postpartum depression, but postpartum anxiety, because I thought he was going to die every day. Like, I swore he was going to die from SIDS. I was afraid to go out in public with him. I was afraid for people to touch him. They were going to get him sick. He was going to get, I was deathly afraid of, what's it called? RSV. Deathly afraid of RSV, because so many babies go, you know. But Jack had a very rough year, and so did we. Oh yeah,
everybody.
But they put me on medication and whatever, and it worked. I also see a therapist. She's a postpartum therapist, so I see her once a week. Shout out to Chelsea. You the OG.
So that's the next part that I want to get into. Since getting sober, it's not just a staying away from the substances that obviously you were using. What else do you do to maintain your mental health and your sobriety? Do you see a therapist?
I see a therapist once a week, and I also see a psychiatrist, or an APRN. So I see him. He's new to me because all my psychiatrists want to ghost me, and I don't understand why, because I'm not that hard. Because I will tell you what meds to put me on. I've been on all of them. I will tell you. I'll be like, you know,
this worked.
Put me on 100 of this and we're going to be good. And, sorry. That was my Focalin med alarm. I already took it. So I see an APRN, and he just does med management.
Do you feel that there's not enough availability of quality mental health care in America?
Yeah.
Because that's definitely something that I think is lacking, where it's not something that you have to do forever. I feel like it's, you know, you can, if you're doing good, you can take a little break, but I find that there's just not enough available quality, and then just insurance doesn't want to cover certain things. Like for me, I get all my care at the VA, and I maxed out on mental health care. I guess they're bippity boppity boop, you're cured, no more for you. And they send me out to care in the community, and care in the community means that I can receive care not at the VA, and
but through other people,
they'll cover it. And it's just interesting. Like, she's great and she's cool and she's familiar with substance abuse, but I personally feel like I'm doing more counseling than she is. Like, she talks too much. I need you to.
No way.
Yes.
That's not how it works. See, my therapist, she does this.
And my last therapist, she was one of those. And at first, I didn't really like her. But I was like, you know what? I gotta continue. And she's the one who really got me to peel back the layers of the onion. My new one,
she doesn't shut up. You're her therapist.
I'm her therapist. And the last session that we had, this is a podcast. So if I want to vape,
I vape on my therapy sessions all the time. My kid's not there. I'm in the bedroom.
So you vape. Does your therapist vape?
Do you want to know what? I thought one day I swore she hit the vape.
So
but she might have not been.
We've only had 2 appointments at this point.
Does she vape?
Maybe 3. I leave my vape in the car because I'm used to, like, when I get care at the VA, they specifically have a little blooper in the beginning of your appointment, whether it's
no
over
smoking,
the phone,
no drinking,
or in person. There, no smoking, no drinking, whatever. So I always try to, and if I do hit my vape on like a phone call, I will face the camera like up at the ceiling for a second, like I'm ripping a fart or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'll hit it really quick. This girl, we're sitting there. I'm in full, like, just blah, 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 blah. She pulls her vape out and she just fucking hits it.
My mom's therapist too. My mom said, she goes, my therapist, she's hitting that thing you hit. And I'm like, a vape? And she's like, yeah. I'm like, just in the office with you? Like, what if you're somebody who doesn't like smoking, or you have asthma, and here she is giving you a fucking asthma attack?
I'm dead. Because that happened, and I, like, if we had come to the, like, common consensus that, like, hey, I don't care if you vape, I don't care if you know what I mean? But I was just like, I left my vape in the car, and this girl is just chiefing it down in front of me. It's just interesting.
And that's another thing
to
too.
see, like, there's just no
there's no
level of quality care for people. I'm getting care, but, like,
and that's the thing.
What
it was
am I getting out of it?
hard for me to. So, like, I had a really good APRN, and then I think he got too many patients and got too overwhelmed. And I was literally in the trenches of postpartum. Like, it was very, very dark, to the point my sister, who is never fucking worried about people, was like, there's something wrong with her.
Mm-hmm.
He's just in fucking Greece, just on a fucking island. And I'm over here like, I want to kill myself. Can't get a hold of him.
Yeah.
Guess what? Delete. Got a new person.
On to the next one.
I met her for 2 weeks. I'm going to a new practice. Oh, can I follow you? No, I'm going to be a nurse at a hospital. Now what do I do?
Yeah.
Found this guy, and I really, really, really like him. And I texted him. I texted him last night. I was like, I don't like my Zoloft dose. Can I go to 75? And he's like, yeah, sure. I was like, oh, cool. Like, that's what I need, because somebody with bipolar disorder is very, 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 very risky, because once you get to the mania, you want to cut it off quick, but you need to be in contact with this person. And it sucks, because there's people who just, like, they don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
It's like, these people are going through a mental health crisis and you can't even get a hold of them. So I had that struggle for a long time. That
can fill in interim while,
they're supposed to, and the
ball is dropped more frequently than it's not.
Yeah.
So on to my next question. What are your fears as we get older, where for your nieces and for your son, like, how do you think or want to handle navigating them growing up and them being, because Dahlia's 12?
Dahlia is 13.
Mm-hmm.
I did ask her if she wanted to hit my vape, and she said no.
I tested her.
I tested her. Josh still to this day believes that she was vaping in the van. She wasn't. She's not like that. Like, she's not. And this is the thing, is Dahlia, my niece, she comes from family of addiction on both sides. So I think she sees where it goes. I do see maybe in the near future, like, maybe like a little mushroom or like
experimenting.
A pot. Yeah, but I don't know. She's so fucking smart that I think she's gonna know. She's gonna do, like, you could just tell. Like, she's seen it. Like, she saw me deep.
Mm-hmm.
And, she has an uncle as well who's an addict. So she, like, I think she'll be good, but I think it's more the conversation of, like, when Jack gets older, and it's hard because, like, I won't talk about it until he asks about it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, why don't you and Dad drink? And then I would explain to him, like, oh, well, Mom and Dad, they don't drink because
we
A, B, and C.
Hookers and cocaine.
Yeah, don't do that. But I also I don't want Jack to miss out on opportunities of maybe trying a drink or whatever, because he knows my mom can't, mm-hmm. or my dad can't. I don't want him to feel like he can't, but I also want him to be able to come to me and know, like, I'm a call away, or,
mm-hmm.
you could tell me if this or this happened. Like,
mm-hmm.
That's how my mom was. So,
do you have any regrets of when you were obviously boozing, of things that Dahlia may have encountered? Like, situations, conversations, things that you said, things that you did?
No, I don't think so, because a lot of mine was more, I didn't spend time with her because I would just go out to the bar and then come home at 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. But there is a story, and everybody knows the story, that first day of my sister going back to school. She works in a school. She's like, Jill, I need you to watch Dahlia. Okay, no problem. I'm hungover as fuck, dude. So I close my eyes. This little bitch comes up to me with a fucking bowl and hair. She chopped all of her hair off. When I tell you all of her hair, like she had a pixie cut, like a boy, like 11 from Stranger Things. That's exactly what she looked like. No one would talk to me.
They'll never live that down.
Never. Everyone still talks about it. Everybody still laughs about it. Those were like the prime examples and mistakes I made, where like I was neglectful.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like she used to take my cigarettes and run around the complex and snap them in half. Like she's very like, yeah, she just like didn't want to see me smoke. She didn't want to see me do this.
She wanted to see you making good decisions, and she was probably like what, 4 or 5?
Oh yeah, she was like in kindergarten, I want to say.
Snapping the cigs.
She was. She'd run around and she'd be like, "Watch this."
Oh my goodness! No, I think about like where I'm at now and some of the things that I said or did around
People,
yeah,
or children.
children.
Well,
Like-
I say and do things around children still. I
Like-
call my niece all the time a little fucker.
I think about like sometimes with my not stepson anymore, stepson, where that's something that I struggle with. I'm like, I know that there's times that I was definitely fucked up around him, and I would try to hide it
I
or
don't
just
wanna
like
be mean,
go
but
to
I
my
think
bedroom.
I think he's oblivious.
No, there's things that he knew, and I definitely it keeps me up at night sometimes. I think about like, wow, you don't, as we're over here talking about like getting sober, staying sober, how to live through trauma and grow from trauma. I know that I also in all of that contributed to somebody else's trauma.
But you have to think, so this is where our situations are different. So you said you didn't have booze around in your house,
Mhm.
where I did. So my mom drinks. I'm not gonna say my mom is a full-blown alcoholic at all.
But you had alcohol
But I had
available.
alcohol. Oh yeah, we had a whole bar.
Mhm.
Okay, my dad saw him drunk once, but my mom, she would drink. She'd go out and drink. She'd have a good time. So there was like a difference. So you have to think, like my mom probably said stupid shit to me when she was drunk,
Mhm.
and like
You're as a kid, you're just like, that was just
yeah,
some
whatever.
stupid shit.
And I think even then I didn't even know she was drunk or like what drinking really was
Right.
until I stole all of her alcohol and got caught.
Till I stole it all.
Huh?
Until I stole it all.
No, and then I left the bottle out and she thought it was my sister. And she was like, "You stealing my booze?" And she was like, "No." And then she
I was
found out it was
reading.
me. Yeah, she found out it was me. It was like gin too. It was like that fucking nasty shit. I was like mixing
Ew.
it. I didn't even know what I was drinking.
What was your drink of choice? What did you start drinking?
When?
When? And what? And then as you got older, what did you find yourself drinking more frequently? Like, what was your drink of choice?
So I was a very good girl in middle school, Emily. But I think I started to branch out into, I really was a pot smoker first, but I branched out into alcohol probably freshman year because like high school, you kind of like,
Everybody starts
your
partying.
wings start opening. Like middle school, you're like, you know, it's just like your middle school. Now you have 2 middle schools in one, and you're in a high school with all new people. So,
And the older kids.
what did I first drink? I don't fucking know. Okay.
You never drank Burnett's, Pinnacle Whipped, UV
No,
Red, or
so
UV Red,
but
UV
my
Blue?
first drink I don't remember. But then as high school went on, yes, it was Burnett's.
Mm-hmm.
Burnett's.
$12.99.
And yes, and you would split it with your friends.
Yeah,
and
so
then,
$4 a person.
So I was 17 when I met Josh. So then I remember he would always either get me wine or Captain Morgan.
Yeah, I can't.
And I never was a beer drinker. And then I became a beer drinker.
Captain Morgan 100 proof to this day
Will make me throw up.
Yes,
Everywhere.
somebody took a nipper of it like a couple years ago. I think it was Jessica actually. she was like, oh, I'm going to rip a nip before going out. And just her opening it and the smell of it, I was like,
That and Jack Daniels.
dude, I used to drink a lot of Jack Daniels.
And then it was like they had SoCo, Southern Comfort.
Uh-huh.
But I was like,
you got sober before like seltzers really popped off.
no,
Ain't
and
laws, drinking claws.
Yes, and I was kind of
Trulies.
upset about it because I was
That
like,
was something
I
you said.
want to know what it tastes like so bad.
Static electricity with a little bit of flavor.
All right, so nothing special.
No, but I could definitely pound an entire 12-pack of claws, and there were absolutely no laws when drinking them.
No, it was a Bud Light. Towards the end, it was a Bud Light. Ooh, I loved a blackberry brandy, ice cold in the freezer, and then probably like an 8-ball of Coke on a Sunday night. And no one was sharing it with me. It was just me.
Oh my, thank you.
But I think that's when I knew my addiction was really bad, was when I was hiding it from people.
Yeah.
And I
was
thinking about
drinking.
this in the car. So I went out one night to a bar with my friends, and I got mad because they all left to go do drugs in the car and they didn't invite me. And I snuck my little way out there like a little rat. And I remember later on, he's like, when are you going to realize like this isn't you having fun anymore? Like you legit have a problem. Like, are you ever going to like go to rehab or whatever? And I was like,
rude.
What? We're all in this together.
I was trying to have some fun.
But that was like that. I think a couple months later, I ended up in rehab. But somebody literally that I was partying with was like, you're not fun anymore. Like, this isn't you going to have fun and going out. Like, this is you literally have a problem.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, yeah. Mm-hmm. I did call my mom one time, really yipped up at 4:00 in the morning and told her to call me out of work.
Did she?
Yes, she did.
She did.
And
Jillian,
she said, well, I'll talk to you tomorrow. Today. And then I talked to her tomorrow. And she said, don't ever do that again. You need to stop doing it. 2 days later, I was back out. Mm-hmm.
Back at
Didn't learn from it. Like I did. Like that's the thing is like I literally couldn't get it together. Ever.
And eventually we do.
I know when I hit double digits next year, fuck my birthday, we're going to order a Diet Coke keg and we're going to do keg stands.
Of Diet Coke.
Of Diet Cokes.
That would be lit.
Dude, and just have a fucking rager.
That's amazing though. 10 years.
Dude, I know. It's hard though because my sobriety date is very, very draining. And depressing to me. And no one will get that. They're like, it's so happy. And it's like, no, like your body almost goes through like a trauma.
Mm-hmm.
Like it knows that like on this day, this happened.
Yeah. It's like you want to be excited and you want to celebrate, like consciously you want to celebrate it. But those emotions they're overwhelming.
Yeah. And you can celebrate being sober. I think a lot of people are like, why are you celebrating something like that? And it's like, go fuck yourself.
Why not? When you're full blown in alcoholism and drug substance abuse, you're celebrating every day being fucked up.
Yeah.
So like, why not celebrate your sobriety until you feel like you don't have to anymore? If you don't want to, like, I feel it's like birthdays. Like you don't have to. I had a conversation with somebody recently about birthdays. And that as we get older, you know, kind of less and less people start showing up or stop showing up to your birthday things, and they kind of get smaller. And except for you guys threw me a 30th and it was awesome. But that just comes with growing up. I feel like, and a lot of people have a hard time with that. Like in their early 20s, like why doesn't everybody want to get together and party with me for this? Well, life happens. Like sometimes you're not able to just be everywhere for everybody all the time.
No.
And I think that with getting sober, that helped me like realizing and being conscious about I can't always be everywhere all the time. And I show up to things when I can, but I'm able to be more present and show up to more things in sobriety. Where I used to get very, very, I would feel very guilty if I couldn't go to something, whether I was hungover or I just was hungover or hungover.
Or hungover.
Being able to be more present and like just show up to things, I think has been one of the like best parts of sobriety.
You feel good. Like you
yeah.
don't feel like garbage. Like I would have hangovers forever. And then you
Days.
do the hair of the dog,
3
which we
days.
all know we've done it.
Mhm.
And I do the hair of the dog, and then it's just a cycle. But then the anxiety is like, ugh, I never want to feel that ever again. And I think that's where like people will say, well, what do you do when you feel triggered? And they say to always remember the last time you got high or
That was
you
my
got
next
drunk,
question was,
and like,
what do you do when you feel triggered?
think about that. Like
How
you
you
just
felt.
think about the last, me being Narcant and wanting to fight everybody.
Mhm.
That's what I think about. And like, I don't want to go through this fucking cycle again. But I also have to think like, I have a son now. He's 18 months old. Like, I don't have a fucking time to be going out. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have time to relapse.
Yeah,
Who's watching him? Who's coming? I need a sitter. Like, it's
that
like
would require
impossible.
some serious plan
Yes.
and coordination.
And like, how am I getting him home?
Mhm.
I can't just like roll up to grandma's house hammered and be like, let me put him in the car. Like, you can't. Like, now I feel like I can't hide it. Like, maybe a couple years ago, like I didn't have a kid I had to worry about, and I could maybe hide it if I slipped up. But like, there's no hiding it now.
Yeah.
And I'm not feeling that way, people.
No, but
when you have a kid, it's so different, because like I would never want Jack to ever experience any of that ever.
Right. Do you ever have any bad dreams of like a very vivid like situation? Like, have you ever had a dream where you're at the bar and you're like drinking?
That was the first year of recovery. After that, they go away.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
So I will say that then
that's like a new recovery thing. Yeah. Yep.
Year 2. June will be 2 years. Not so much lately, but I can't even remember the last time, but I would say over the last year and a half, year and 9 months, whatever it's been, I've had very vivid dreams at times.
Taste it.
Yeah. And I wake up and I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to have such a bad hangover today. And I'm like, what the?
No, that was just a dream.
That was just a dream.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's a thing.
That was and is sometimes when it still happens is a really, really weird thing to go through.
Yeah, it's fucked.
And I'm surprised that I haven't talked to you about that before, because it has happened. And I'm like, wow, that felt so real. Like,
I think the only time I feel triggered is if something super traumatic happens. So like my dad passed and I was pregnant. So you weren't going to see me boozing it up. Mm-hmm. But I think if I wasn't pregnant, so maybe it was like a blessing in disguise, it would have been a very, very, very tricky situation for me, because I was very, very close to my dad. Very close to my dad. So like that would have been a lot harder. So being pregnant definitely saved me. So thank you, Jack, for that. And Josh, because your sperm. What? That's how babies are made.
I'm editing this out. You guys are fired. All right. So for the conclusion of your interview, because we're going on almost 45 minutes now, we're doing good. We're doing good, guys. Because
your last one, I think your episode was like an hour.
Well, yeah,
we trimmed.
Yeah, good, because we needed to trim. We do talk a lot, so that's something that we are working on. In this is growing pains. This is we're trying to get you guys the content that we've been promising, and also being mindful of sometimes we get a little distracted. We got ADHD. We both are little chatty Cathys, and
that's a podcast.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
So I think it definitely, people will resonate. And if you don't, that's okay. But we really want to be like realistic and open about our own personal struggles and successes within sobriety. How did we get here? Like, that's the thing. I feel like people look at us and they're like, oh, little sober queens. But our sobriety stories are in some ways similar and then so different. Mm-hmm. So I think that's important for everybody
Because I think everybody thinks that sobriety has to be like this certain
one way or
and
no
it
way.
doesn't. It doesn't. You can do it this way. She can do it this way. Like you're California sober. You never went to rehab. You didn't do AA. I went to rehab. I did AA, but I'm not California sober. So like everybody's different,
Mm-hmm.
and there's nothing wrong with that. There's people who are drug addicts, but they still drink.
Yep.
But they don't
because
drink
they're drug of
like
choices.
alcoholics, but they can have a drink.
And it doesn't.
That's California sober.
Yeah. I have never smoked a ganj and been like, let me go pound a 30 rack. Nope.
You won't get me to leave my house.
No,
I can't even
just
drive
wanna
my
chill.
car.
Yeah, I just want to chill. I just want to relax. I will say that I definitely partook in that event a little bit heavier in early on sobriety because I was filling a void, but nobody's perfect.
No, but I
No.
also think it's the anxiety of being sober.
Yeah. And now I've kind of like leveled out. I don't need to like
Get zooted.
like all the time. I also came off of medication. So that was tough. I know she's not happy about that. I just feel like I was on like so many different medications at once and I just needed to raw dog. I don't think that if I didn't get off my medication, I would have been able to process everything that I was going through in life because it was like breakup with cuckoo banana cakes.
Mm-hmm.
Snow boots. Broke up, but like wouldn't actually accept the breakup. So
what were you on? What were you on? Like, what'd you take?
Zoloft.
Yeah, that's what
I'm on. And hydroxyzine.
Mm-hmm.
She told me I wasn't allowed to have the hydroxyzine anymore, but I loved it because that's specifically for anxiety.
I have some in my cabinet.
I personally, I struggle more from anxiety than I do depression. Like the anxiety almost like is just like, and she was like, this isn't meant for like long-term use. So we're just going to up your antidepressant. But then I was like numb. So I broke up with him. Mm-hmm. And because I was so medicated, I just was like, all right, I guess
this is just how it goes.
Yeah, we're just going to rock out for a little bit. And then, so that was in April 2024, May, June. I got sober in June. So 2 months after that breakup, I realized like, I'm not going to be successful in like fully terminating this situation if I don't get sober. So it was also you like coming to pick me up that day. Yeah.
I'm exhausted thinking about it. I was
Jill.
so hot too.
So hot. It was June. It was hot as fuck and you were pregnant as fuck. But I also knew, whether it was like consciously or not, that I'm like, I don't need to get sober just for me. I don't think that I am at a place where I can stand my ground if I continue what I'm doing.
What you're doing, yeah.
Because obviously that wasn't working for the past almost 10 years. And it only gave him an excuse to always, you're drunk, you're this, you're that. And
it also didn't help because like he wasn't a drinker. So it's not like you could throw it back in his face.
And
so when did you come off of your Zoloft? Recently?
No, it was during the breakup.
Oh, wow. And you feel okay?
I want to say, so June, November of 2024, maybe November, December. So I've been off of it for
so you're raw dog and everything.
Yeah.
Wow.
Just the ganj. That's for like nighttime so that I can definitely like go to sleep. I have some little gummies that I take and yeah. But I don't find myself like freshly. I was smoking like all day, every day.
Yeah.
Because I was just like, I need to just like level myself out without feeling numb. Like I wasn't numb. I was just chill. And I'm a bit of a, what's the word I want to use? big, intense personality. So like people seeing me, I mean, I still am me, but a little bit of a more controlled me is interesting to see, like how people are like, wow, you used to be like, ah, you know,
Yeah, you were, but you're still like that.
but a little bit more controlled ish, slightly.
A little bit. Little tad bit.
Little tad bit. So I think that kind of brings us to the end of your interview. Is there anything else that you want to share that has helped you be successful in sobriety?
Yeah, just take it one day at a time, literally. You can't just think ahead all the time. Like, you just got to be in the present moment and just one day at a time, step at a time. That's all you can do. And just reach out to people. Like, my thing is, when I feel cuckoo banana butts, I text Emily sometimes at like 2:00 in the morning and I'm like, I'm afraid Jack's gonna die, because I need to get that off my chest
in that moment.
And people don't do that. Like, you got to go talk it out with your friends, your family, your therapist.
Don't be afraid to
your
ask.
PO officer, the lawyer, whoever. Just talk it out. There are resources, but like we've said before, it just sucks, like state and health insurance and stuff. But yeah. And like I will say it 100 times, everybody's sobriety is different. If you're an hour sober or 30 years sober, congratulations.
It still all matters.
Congratulations. And you can also buy coins off of Amazon. You don't even have to go to an AA meeting for it, people. I bought hers off of Amazon.
Yeah, she gave me.
So I was like, this bitch is not going to a fucking meeting. And a year coin is so important to me. I think it is.
I have it on my keychain still. It's on my keys.
Yep. And I got her little like coin purse to hold it. And like, you can literally buy them off of Amazon. I'll hand you your coins if you need me to, people. I got you.
I think that is.
Yeah.
Not one person's sobriety is linear.
No.
It's a good word. That's a big word, Elmo.
Elmo.
And yeah, so that concludes our episode of diving into Jill's sobriety. Moving forward, I think we're going to be talking a little bit about like just navigation, like of sobriety, diving a little bit more into mental health. And
our next episode
trauma.
Is going to be, do you think addiction is a disease?
Yes, that's going to be something
spicy
that we've talked about a bit.
So that's next week.
So yeah, tune in and bye guys. I'm such a millennial. I went like this. I know. I was doing the peace sign too. Like, why? Because